And welcome back, everybody. Sky Marshal here, bringing you Operation Dark Horizon, the U.S.S.R. and C.P.P's turn 4.2. And a lot has happened. Major events, though. Spain has fallen to the nationalists. Curse those nationalists, I tell you. All their ships are still alive. Everything is all hunky-dory. And Spain is prospering once again after they've booted out my poor Republicans. But all good. No unforeseeable detriment to the future for the U.S.S.R. We have our own plans of winning this game, but we'll have to wait and see if those plans turn out. But to the point here, we're going to just briefly go over what the U.S.S.R. is going to do this turn. Well, the U.S.S.R., we're going to lend lease an artillery to Abyssinia, and we are also going to be buying an artillery for ourselves. Fun fact here, I think the Russian-made anti-aircraft spooked the Italians because they fled all the way back to Tobruk with their Regia Aeronautica. So, that being said, obviously we're doing a good thing. If we can't win in Spain, hell, maybe we can have some pride and win in Abyssinia. But that battle is still undetermined. And what we're going to be doing, we're going to be saving $2 for the C.P.P. right now. We're not going to be spending anything. We do have our die roll here for our income boost. I rolled it the prior turn and realized it's only yearly, not every turn. And then after that, we don't have a recruitment roll anymore for the nationalists, so that unfortunately is going to go bye-bye. We do get a recruitment roll for Mongolia and one for the C.P.P. as well as an influence roll. So not a lot's going to go on this turn. We're just going to do some non-combat movements. So let's go around to the other end of the table and see what the Russian Navy has planned. So the Russian Navy currently right now has a sub in this sea zone. We have no naval boost or submarine major ports to give us a boost. So this one right here is going to go 1, 2, and 3 into the Baltic Sea. I believe that is, yeah. And they're going to link up with the main Russian fleet next turn. We have a torpedo boat destroyer that's also going to make the passage through the Arctic Passage there, and it's going to go a max of 2 since it has no bonus, and it's going to end up in A8. We have orders down here in Sevastopol. The Kirov has been given orders to sail, and she's going to go a max of her bonus there, so 1, 2, 3, 4, out into the Mediterranean, into Sea Zone M8. She's going to be showing some Russian might to the Mediterranean, especially with all those Italian, French, and German boats now in the Mediterranean. Not a single British boat at all. Interesting. So the Russians got to get in on that for sure. Non-combat movements. We're going to take 1 infantry here in Yakutsk. From here, marching over here to Magadan. And that's what we're going to do there. And we are also going to move 1 infantry from here up to Irkutsk as well. So that's from this zone, from Brita to Irkutsk. Further down south, we have a cavalry here. This cavalry is going to go, he's going to be railed down here to Turkmenistan. So we're going to have 3 cavalry there. And we have 1 more rail movement. And I don't think we actually even need to use it. But this 1 infantry in northern Caucasia, we are going to move him, I believe, up to, where is it here? Up to Belorussa. Yeah, that's right. And, and 1 non-combat movement from this motorized to Belarus into Leningrad itself. And now Leningrad should have 3 infantry and a motorized infantry. We have 2 infantry up here in Karelia. And I think that sums up the bulk of the Russian turns right now. We're just hurrying up and watching as the world has a lot of fun. Hindenburg is here in Istanbul. And I believe the Graf Zeppelin made the trek across the Atlantic to go visit Buenos Aires. Maybe doing some espionage down there, who knows. And yeah, aside from that, I think that's Russia's turn complete, except for some dice rolling. What we'll do here with CCP, we can start with them first. Why not? Actually, no. What we'll do is we'll send our Lend-Lease out of Sevastopol all the way down to Abyssinia here and give the Abyssinians some artillery, a first strike option if required. You could say maybe Russia's a little bitter about the loss of Spain, but we didn't really help Spain a lot, as per to some Russo-German negotiations going on behind the scenes. So we'll see. Anyways, and then yeah, so let's roll the stuff in the east here. So let's roll our recruitment roll, same as before. We're going to be trying to get this territory right here, and that is in the blue here. I forget what it is, to Shanghai or something like that. We'll roll a blue dice. Why not? We want a 1 or less. 12. Couldn't be any further away. And we'll roll the Chinese recruitment roll. 1 or less. Well, I think we're 0 and 0 and 0 for everything on that. Let's roll the Mongolian recruitment roll. And that's a 9, more or less. So, yeah, not very successful. I feel after 4 turns, I should have gotten at least 1 out of all those rolls. So, yeah, basically nothing here. We do have this roll still to do, and we also have to place our artillery. And what better place to place the artillery than Moscow to do it in their military parade to show off our first artillery. And then we are going to also roll our income increase. 1. Look at that. Rock on. That's just awesome. Rolled a 4 last time, and now we get a 1. Well, I shouldn't complain, I guess. The new rolls, at least I'm $9. So, unfortunate, but it is the way it is. That's the game she is. Hopefully I don't get bad luck all the way through, but you know what? Here's being an optimist. If I'm a good boy, maybe the Allies and the Axis will duke it out for most of this game, giving Russia time to build up. And ironically, a side note, perhaps, when you have a party being very weak, that might not be a bad option. But of course, if you're Germany or the Axis powers and you see a weak power, obviously you'd want to attack it. And vice versa, same with Russia, if they can attack the Germans and so on and so forth. But that's the key thing about this game and why I love it, because there is a bit of a balance in this game. And you got to try to respect that balance if you want to win. And indeed, I do want to win, but I do think Russia does have some of the most toughest victory objectives here. And I think you probably got to be a very experienced player to try to win those. And I don't think I am an overly experienced player. I'm a passionate player. But it's going to be a challenge, and I'm going to give it my all and see how it goes, because that's going to be probably the funnest part about the whole thing. So anyways, guys, I figured I'd sign off now. I don't think we have anything else other than the fact now that Russia's going to collect $9, and CCP collects their 2, so they're going to have a total of $4 in the bank. And we'll see what happens next turn. Take care, guys. Not Panzer King, Sky Marshal, signing off here in the Lion's Den. And I'm going to pass this on to Japan for 4.3. Go check out Wintermuse's channel. See what he does. Maybe he might finish that naval base down there in Palau and move that fleet somewhere. Take care, guys. We'll see you soon.